Now let us move on to the hottest topic these days, which is Gen AI or generative AI. Right? What is generative AI? Generative AI, like the word suggests, creates new content. Before generative AI, machine learning, all was about learning from data, predicting, algorithms, or interpreting. Now, with generative AI, you have reached a new frontier, creating new content. Gen AI produces original text, images, audio, computer programming code that never existed before. That's why the word generative comes. For example, ChatGPT, DALL-E for artwork, Midjourney for imageries are all examples of generative AI. It goes beyond traditional AI that recognizes patterns. Generative AI builds something new. Remember that. Creates new content. How does generative AI actually work? There is huge amount of massive training that is done. So generative AI models learn from trillions of examples and data across the internet and books. All the trillions of data, whatever is available on the internet, has been fed into the machine or the model, and it has learned. So massive training happens. Then there is pattern recognition. Neural networks identify complex relationship in the data that has been given to it for training. Okay, so you have massive training, you have pattern recognition. The third step is prediction generation. The system now predicts what should come next based on whatever pattern it has learned. So literally it is predicting the next word and generating the output for you. Can you think of some examples of Gen AI in any industry that you have read about or you have heard? Think about it for a moment. What are some of the examples that you have heard? Let me give you some. In healthcare, for example, a lot of drug discovery is being done using generative AI because it can predict. Similarly, in medical imaging analysis, radiology, it can actually predict, looking at the images, what's going to happen. Or take the case of education, you can use Gen AI to provide personalized tutoring. It can actually generate quiz, it can generate content, it can generate adaptive learning material that did not exist before, and it can be customized to your profile. Similarly, in finance, algorithmic trading systems can detect unusual transaction patterns, fraud detection, for example. Or media, we can use Gen AI to create custom content, including videos to explain concepts. What we are doing now can actually be generated completely by Gen AI tools. Okay, right? So what have we done now? We have tried to briefly explain machine learning, artificial intelligence, generative AI. Now let's understand them in the full context. Okay, right? Artificial intelligence is an overall term. Machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, and we will talk about LLM are parts, are subsets of it. So I'm going to summarize once again for clear understanding. Artificial intelligence involves techniques that equips computers to emulate human behavior, human brain, enabling them to learn to make decisions, recognize patterns, and solve complex problems, just like human brain or human intelligence. Machine learning, the second term, is a subset of artificial intelligence, uses advanced learning algorithms to detect patterns in large data sets so that machines can learn and adapt. These are used for supervised or unsupervised learning methods. Deep learning is another terminology I want you to understand. This is a subset of machine learning which uses something called neural networks for in-depth data processing and data analysis. So multiple layers of artificial neural networks are used to extract meaningful inferences like a human brain does. Then generative AI, which is a subset of deep learning that generates new content. Remember, it's trained on vast data sets. They can detect patterns, create outputs without explicit instruction. Right? So that is generative AI.